Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Urvashi Sharma, Associate Professor, Department of Journalism and Mass Communication from Jagannath University, Jaipur. In today's session, we'll be discussing keywords. Importance of keywords. Keywords matter because they attract the attention of the search engine algorithm. Search engines are programmed to detect which pages to show to customers based on how relative they are to specific searches. And the best way to work it out is by analyzing keywords, assigning every page a score, and delivering the result as set of results. That's the simple part. One complicating factor is that every other site in our field will be competing for high value keywords, the ones which rank most highly. Another complication is that Google no longer simply checks keyword when ranking site. More complex techniques look at content in greater depth in order to decide how relevant content is to the search queries. This means that the quality of your content is all important, but keywords are not dead. Far from it. High ranking sites still use terms that are related to their target demographic. Even better, successful sites research words to find out how people are searching their pages, and that's the marketing gold dust. Keyword research. Today, researching keywords is all about discovering audience intention, not about finding popular words and cramming them into the content. But how can you actually make these essential discoveries? Several techniques exist. Several techniques exist to come up with the best keywords to use. All of them broadly have the same end in mind: to understand who is searching for products in your niche, how they search, and the kind of language they use when they do so. Creating high scoring landing pages for SEO, that is search engine optimization, is about learning these key facts: the who, what, and how of content marketing. With that information, you can build keyword strategies that achieve high conversion rate no matter what field you work in. Keyword research for content marketing. The place to start is on paper. Brainstorm the kind of people who might reach your site. Create buyer's persona and then come up with list of words that you think could connect them to your site. Next, plug in this list of potential search terms into a keyword research tool. SEOlize the great example. They are Moz, SEMrush, Ahrefs Keyword Explorer. This will help up a list of associated search terms along with traffic statistics showing how often they are used. It's a good idea to build content around high ranking keywords, but not completely. Low ranking terms can even be very effective as well. Because the competition is less fierce, your site will be more likely to stand out. This can be superior to moderate ranking, for which more popular terms, so balancing keyword is a good idea. Another thing to think about is use of long tail keyword phrases including key terms that are commonly used in search queries. These terms have lower traffic score but can be associated with very specific customer needs, such as how can I find bonsai tree in a nursery in Brigham. Use them wisely and the content is of high quality. Content and long tail keywords can be very effective in generating traffic. Turn keywords into revenues with a full content audit. Most online businesses have inefficient keyword strategies. Sometimes that's due to a slow response on Google algorithm changes. In other cases, it's due to poor understanding of how audiences reach their landing pages. In any case, investing a full SEO audit is a sound idea. Companies like great content Companies like Great Content can supply SEO auditing services and much more. In fact, we can access marketing strategies and rebuild content from bottom up, including keyword with genuine SEO impact. If you're not ranking as highly as you should be, get in touch with the right keywords that can probably be remedied in no time. Content writing keywords. Use keywords in content. The importance of search engine is at an all-time high in today's digital era. With the top ranking position in any major search engine results, the visibility of particular product or piece of information may soar to new heights. As a result, understanding the fundamentals on how search engines function and how rankings are calculated is more important than ever before. A solid grasp of the value of content writing keywords and knowledge of their function play a very different role in ranking. Algorithm of search engines is essentially for someone aiming to be content writer. Keywords. Keywords can be defined as the main outline or skeleton of your content. Keywords can either be words or phrases which are actively being entered as queries in search engine. For any aspiring content creator, the content they create must be relevant to the people actively looking into it. This will help them to raise the popularity of the said content and help reach higher rankings in search engines. Essentials of keywords. Keywords are crucial because they provide the cornerstone between the information you are looking for and the material you provide. The objective of your ranking on search engines is to bring organic traffic from search engine result pages to your site, and your keyword will influence what type of traffic you receive, meaning, amongst others, what your content will contain. You must understand the demands of the visitor, the language they use, the material they want to develop, content that fits naturally and leads users to your site. You may do it as a tool like Keyword Explorer, tracking preference of your customer, visiting frequent forums and community groups, or doing your keyword research. Thus, keywords play a very vital role for any website owner, content creator, or anyone who wishes to leverage search engines to help promote their product or content. The backbone of good keywords. Though people agree on various criteria as to what makes appropriate keywords, however, there are three main elements to a good keyword: specificity, long tail keywords, and realistic terms of search. Let's elaborate on each terms with an example. Imagine owning a car store in New York, which mainly caters to providing rental services for luxury cars. Now, the keyword cars is extremely generic term and it would be impossible to get any ranking using the term car. To work around this issue, instead of simple short keyword like car or luxury car, we need to add some details such as luxury car services in New York or luxury car rental service in New York. This example elaborates the idea of specificity and long tail keyword. Specificity for the above example is adding the region into the keyword, which helps the search engines tell the location of your business as well as help local customers to find you. Hence, the key phrase luxury car rentals service in New York is a long tail keyword. In layman terms, long tail keywords are all about adding some kind of description or additional information into keyword. These can be location based information or some kind of short description defining the scope of your business or content so that search engine has easier time filtering out your content whenever required. The third factor is highly essential with realistic search terms. You must search for terms that potential customers search for, since otherwise your website will never come up. You should also consider the question they may ask and how you would locate your content online if you were looking for it. Thus, it is very important to have a very good understanding of scope of your market or business. This mainly falls under the domain of semantic search technology, and as progresses, this area will only become more important. This innovative technology enhances precision by recognizing the search intention and contextual meaning of search words to provide more relevant results, thus making the sense of grasp the underlying logic of this technology as well. People mostly ask questions in their search queries, and thus your keyword must encapsulate the elements of these search queries to form your long tail keywords for better visibility and more traffic. Below are some of the places where the keywords should be placed. Metadata. This is one of the simplest methods to incorporate keywords, yet sometimes ignored. Because the meta descriptions serve as a basic overview of the content, using the keyword in the summary aids Google and other search engines in navigating better filtering results. This great approach to have one or two of your most essential keywords associated with the portion of your page that search engine sees first. Metadata usually consists of 160 characters, which is a basic summary of your page's content. When users use search engines to find a keyword phrase, the description appears beneath the page name and URL. Title of the articles. The content writing keywords should be placed in the title unless it's not feasible, because Google uses this title header in conjunction with metadata description to build a picture of what your content is about. Thus, using keywords in the title may be highly beneficial if it can be utilized naturally. If you can't utilize the keyword in the title organically, come up with the version that still conveys the message of the piece while using some of the important phrases and keywords. Also, as per SEO expert, the starting paragraph is extremely important factor that determines your content ranking on Google. The reason for this is that first 100 to 200 words of an article are generally where the content writer establishes the context of what will be addressed, because most readers would only read the rest of the article if the opening is strong and stands the reason that it might be a ranking factor. Body of the article. As per common assumption, Google ranking algorithm reads through the first 200 words of a blog post to get general gist of the context of the article. It's imperative that the content writing keyword you have decided to present it the first sentence or the paragraph while seeming natural and not out of place. You need to understand that Google is attempting to obtain a broad overview of the article. When optimizing content for keyword, you must be cautious not to confuse the Google by misdirecting keywords but trying to lead it to the terms you want it to focus on. It implies that your core keyword should appear in all of the most essential location first, followed by secondary keyword and finally any other extra keyword. One of the most important points to remember while writing your content is to have proper placement for content writing keyword. Meaningless placement of keywords would instead make the reader disconnected from the content you create and result in the overall bland experience. This is very much overlooked, but I cannot emphasize this enough. One way to make your keyword appear more organically in your material is by utilizing stop words. Stop words are words that may be added to the keyword phrases to help them read more naturally yet maintain high search engines rating. Count your keyword. Although there is no strict thumb rule to follow regarding the exact count of keyword that should be present in the article, however, consensus to follow would be to have content writing keyword at least have the occurrence of 0.5% of total word count. Thus, if you are writing 3000 word article, then the total count of keywords should not be less than 15 times at, at, at the least. Also, care should be taken so that the placement of the keywords is properly spread out and makes a proper sense. Using content writing words in URL. I cannot emphasize enough how important it is for your content writing keywords to be part of URL of the main page. Although the presence of main keywords in URL has been a topic of debate, most academics and SEO expert will stand by the belief that presence of keyword in URL plays a role in deciding ranking. Key mistakes to avoid: follow publishers guidelines. Check with the journal publisher if to see if there are any recommendation for choosing keyword. They should at the absolute least advise on how many keywords are necessary, usually 5 to 8. These principles as well as guidance on writing style and layout are frequently included in authors' instructions. Do not stray from topic of the content. Try to be precise as possible because single keyword might be too vague. This may include utilizing key phrases comprising of 2 or 3 words. For example, although searching for the term cancer will return all the articles that are linked to cancer in some manner. Searching for the phrase breast cancer will only return papers that are explicit about breast cancer. As a result, including precise keywords will aid readers to have special interest in your topic area in finding your work. Effective keyword for content writing. Keywords that get you found online, so you really should give them the attention they deserve. Search engine crawlers use keywords to determine what your piece is about. They then decide where to rank by comparing your piece with other target similar keywords, judging it on relevance and popularity. Basically, the better your keyword, the higher you rank. However, you need to have top-notch valuable content too. Simply having best keywords in the world alone won't help you rank high on SERPs, search engine result pages. Without the best keyword of content writing, your pieces won't be found by search engine crawlers or potential customers, so your result is lost revenue. And we don't want that. Luckily, we have got some useful tips to help you out. What makes a good keyword? There are three basic elements: specificity, long tail phrases, and realistic search phrases, which we have already discussed earlier. The keyword bicycle or bike isn't going to cut it. It's so generic that it's going to be super difficult to rank for. So you need to add little more detail. This could include the type of bike, racing bike, where you are based, racing bikes in Milton Keynes, the services you offer, racing bikes on hire in Milton Keynes. As you can see, the name keyword is a bit misnomer. Key phrase might be a better description, as you can use more than one word. By using long tail phrases, you can be much more specific, thereby decreasing the competition of ranking places. Region specific keywords are also really important, as they tell search engines where your business is and therefore help local customers find you. The third element, using realistic search phrases, is very important. You must use phrases that will be searched by potential customers. Otherwise, your page is just never going to pop up. Think about what question they would be asking and how you'd be uh, go about finding your content online if you were looking for one. It helps you to know your target market really well, so consider creating audience persona with the help of this. This area is growing in importance as semantic search is developing. The new techniques seek to improve accuracy and produce more relevant results by understanding searchers' intent and contextual meaning of the search terms. That means you need to understand this too. Voice search is also on rise, so you should consider it in your keyword planning. People are asking questions in their searches, not using disjointed keyword terms. For example, instead of bike hire in Milton Keynes, they'll ask where I can find bike on to hire in Milton Keynes. So your keyword need to be incorporate elements of these questions. We have explained that why and what, so now it's time for how. Here are what we suggest on how to use keyword or choose keyword for your content writing. Research. General business know-how will only get you so far. Proper keyword research is the one thing that will give you ability to make an informed decision on what phrases to use. Begin with by creating a list of topics related to your business. The ones you usually blog about are a great starting point. For bike shop example, you could consider topic like tire pressure, local trails, races, events, celebrity writers. From that list, brainstorm specific keyword you might want to use. Think of your what you'd be asking to find information on the topic. Write down everything you can think of. You can always trim your list down if it goes too long. Select what you consider the top keywords from your list. Type them into Google and scroll to the bottom of the page. Here you will see the related search items. They can all act as target keywords too. If you want few more ideas, take a look at answerpublic.com. They generate real life search terms based on around the keywords you put in. Plan and test. By now you have probably got a pretty big list of keywords you could use. However, you need a little more information before you dive in and start trying to use them. Planning and testing is the best way to cut them down to most effective. Use software like Word Tracker and Google Keyword Planner. They will help you to narrow down your list based on quantitative data. It will tell you things like the amount of search traffic for that keyword, competition for that keyword, click and cost performance forecast. This software will also give you some ideas for keyword you may not have thought of, so it's really worth taking a look. Test where your current stand on Google. Type in your chosen keywords and see if you rank on the first page. If you don't, you really need to get to work. 75% of searchers do not look past page 1. Place keywords in effective position. It's not just about which keyword to choose, it's also about where to put them. Here are some key places where your keywords should be: title, metadata, subheadings, body copy, anchor text. Use tool like Yoast to determine your SEO score and whether your keyword has been distributed effectively. When you're placing keywords throughout your text, make sure they are relevant and they gel with the rest of the text. If they don't, you run a risk. How to write website content. Pre-writing tip: your content foundation should be laid down before you start writing, and here are 3 important points to keep in mind. Tip 1: define the purpose. The single most important thing for any writer of copy is to understand its purpose. Knowing your end goal from the outset helps you to craft a perfect piece of content, an ideal call to action statement. Objective of the copy supports the goal of the business, so find your answer to the question about it. Is the website intended to sell product or service? Is it focused on branding, on building traffic with intention of increasing advertising revenue or sponsorship? Is it aimed at attracting new clients and generating leads? Is the main objective to attract subscribers or build community? Tip 2: understand your target audience. Let's say selling is your primary goal. You can determine the best methods to sell only by knowing your audience. The more you know about your prospects, the better you can convert them into paying customers. To write copy that hooks your potential customers, you need to get into their mindset. Who are the people coming to your site? What kind of problems they want to solve? What search terms would they type into the search bar? Tip 3: know your competition. It's a good move to do some research on the website of your competitor. It's likely that the visitor to your website will also be considering the competition. So you need to make a strategic decision about whether to offer similar content or branch out and offer something different. Research can be an excellent way to spot the trends among the competitor and get ahead of the game. The easiest way to do this is simply search your main product, service, or topic in Google, discover which sites are ranking, and investigate what they are doing. What is the primary service they offer? What type of content do they use on their main pages? Success stories, videos, statistics, etc. What audience do they target? Look at the search results to determine how feasible it even to the rank, how we should structure our content, tone, sentiment analysis, what featured or rich snippets we can earn, and whether to focus on informational or transactional content. Identify which piece of content are driving engagement, be it traffic, like shares, etc. Social signals send a clear message in terms of what you share to your audience find valuable, interesting. Use those pages and compare page titles, meta description, and type of content. Writing tips. Writing copy that resonates requires hard work, good writing skills, and anticipation of visitors' question. Here are some tips. Hook your reader from the first line. As I said in the beginning, you might have just 15 seconds to capture your reader's interest. If you manage it, your challenge is to get the reader stay on the site. Make your copy scannable. The layout is important too. Most people skim read, so ensure that the text is easily scannable. You should include headers, bulleted and numbered list, descriptive subheadings, and white space between paragraphs. Help leaders navigate. Remember that there are multiple routes through which the audience find web content. It could be from posts shared on social media, via links on other websites, via marketing email, or through search engine result pages. People who receive your message might not be that familiar with your brand. They'll be grateful if you make it clear what your business offers and put relevant links for further details in your copy. It's also a good idea to post links on social media accounts prominently to create connection between your brand and visitor. They may leave site but remain your social media subscribers and return to the site. Talk to readers as you would talk to your friend. Create a bond between your brand and the client using such techniques. Active voice. Use sentences structure like you can order our service instead of our service can be ordered. The passive voice is relevant when you want to sound more formal. In other cases, use active voice to sound more personal. Talk in layman terms, continuing the idea of conciseness to your copy. Keep your copy simple. Research from Literacy Project tells us that average American reads 7th to 8th grade level. So if you use simple language, your reader might be able to understand what you want to say and remember more. Make sure you use short sentences. They help to communicate your message clearly. Limit the use of adverbs and adjectives in order to keep your sentences short and snappy. Avoid using jargons because all not your readers are experts. So replace professional terminology with simpler alternatives to provide hyperlinks to other articles with more background information. Provide examples. Readers better visualize a message with example rather than high level statement. Avoid spelling, grammar and punctuation error. Encourage readers to act. Remember me saying that you should know your goal from the beginning. It's time to apply this knowledge. The purpose of the web copy is to encourage some kind of action. It might be that you want visitors to make a purchase, subscribe to your blog, or join mailing list, etc. By including a clear call of action by words like join, sign up, get a call, subscribe, watch, learn more, can help you to initiate desired activity. Demonstrate proof that CTA is worth. A good strategy is to include some proof to back your statement you have made about the product or service. This might be through success stories, original research data, customers' testimonial, relevant experts' biography or partnership. This will help show your expertise and dispel any doubt that may be in the mind of the customer. Add visuals. People remember only 20% of what they read, but 80% of what they see and do. If you can add graphics, infographics, pictures, videos to your copy, this will help people to process the information and grab the attention. Here, a colleague of mine wrote more ideas on what interactive content create to interact with your audience, create quizzes, calculators, infographic games, maps, etc. All these aspects can be included to make you stand out from the clutter of the sellers or the websites offering similar products or service. Post writing, you have written the text, but the work goes on because you need to ensure the searchability and and regularly updated. So it is very important that you keep keywords in mind as they assist the as they not only assist the searchers searching for the information, but it also assists you by coming up with the apt keywords so that you rank top amongst the search engine results. Thank you.